Hi, my name's Nancy. I am the mother of Christopher Ham, a young man who is supported by the Community Living Society. His birth was on July 30th, 1989. Beautiful, warm, sunny summer day in Vancouver. He immediately had surgery to repair the hole in his spine and to have a brain shunt. I was in the hospital with him for about 3 days, and then he was in hospital for about 3 weeks. So didn't have that usual bonding experience with your baby immediately after birth. We certainly have made up for it since. I had two close friends who also had children at almost exactly the same time, and it became pretty apparent that my baby was not the same, wasn't reaching the same milestones, and of course it was discovered at the hospital when he was born that he was probably going to have cognitive issues as well. Chris had a very happy childhood. He was supported by wonderful family and friends and the great neighborhood we live in. He grew up in this house. We moved here when he was 2 years old, and he has a younger brother and an older brother. He grew up in a greatly loved family surrounded by my family, his dad's family. We have a wonderful neighborhood and a ton of support from family and friends. We were fortunate enough to spend summers on Bowen Island and Savory Island and at Alta Lake up at Whistler, where he was involved just as much as possible in all kinds of sporting activities and fun and adventure. Part of this community has offered him so many things, one of which is he is part of a running group. And he's had a special running chair built, and there's a group of middle-aged men in the neighborhood who take him on all kinds of organized runs. He's got many medals, and he absolutely loves going out with these guys, whether it's on organized runs or just for the fun of it. He also, for the last 8 years, every summer has been involved with the Whistler Adapted Sports Program, and he does great summertime activity. He's dying to go skiing in the winter, but we haven't done that quite yet. But he's involved in the summertime. It's kayaking, canoeing, hiking, paddle boarding. Wonderful group of volunteers who take Christopher and other athletes, both mentally and physically challenged, out on day excursions. It's tremendous. Very nervous about his first preschool experience, but it turns out we were with a wonderful group of parents and children. Chris was the first special needs child that the preschool had ever had, and the support from the community was just tremendous. He was welcomed with open arms, and his presence educated a lot of people about what it's like to be a little kid in a wheelchair, and at that point not very verbal. Some of the best friends I have to this day are the other mothers that I met at the preschool, and Chris ended up going all the way through school with a lot of these children that he first met at preschool. On the first day of high school, which was a very nerve-wracking day for both Christopher and me, it's a huge big school, Christopher met his friend Jaspreet, and he also met Amit that day, I'm sure, as well, but I specifically remember in the parking lot meeting Jaspreet, and they became, all three of them through the high school years, very good friends. Once Christopher graduated from high school, unlike typical children, there wasn't going to be opportunities for him to go out and get a job or continue on with his schooling, so we had to start making plans. We ended up forming a plan and deciding to go to CLBC, Community Living British Columbia, with that plan that we wanted to apply for individual funding for our children, but we thought they should be able to stay together as a group. We decided we wanted CLS to be our host agency because we knew just in the first couple of meetings it was a terrific organization. We really liked the people at the Community Living Society. We met with them, and they were great supporters of our idea that this would be a wonderful opportunity for the kids. Chris attends team. He is supported by a wonderful group of people, really dedicated employees. They support Christopher and his friends in all kinds of different ways, boosting their self-esteem, making them feel comfortable in the community, teaching them about how to get around in the community. They're out and about all the time, meeting people. And Christopher is a very social young man, has always been very social and enjoyed people's company, but he's really benefited from CLS employees who have encouraged him to get out, speak freely, do his own banking, do his own grocery shopping, just helping him in the community in all sorts of ways. Chris and I are both really excited about the next phase of his life. Christopher will be moving out and living as independently as possible in housing here in New Westminster, close enough to home that I will be okay with it, in an apartment that's being built together, the City of New Westminster and Community Living Society. He's a really strong young man, and he never complains. He's never complained once about being in a chair or not being able to do things or not feeling great. He's a trooper, and he's a really good sport about everything.